scary story. I'm sitting here as usual, binge watching TikTok before bed. Who doesn't do that, right? I'm scrolling through my feed watching funny videos, and then I stumble upon some guy's live stream. He's exploring an abandoned farm. I'm thinking there are plenty of extreme bloggers like him, but something caught my attention. Suddenly the camera shows an old black and white photo in a frame on the wall, and it hits me like a bolt of lightning. It's my grandparents on their wedding day. I'm glued to the screen, I can't tear myself away. I remember this photo from my childhood. It always hung in their house. It was my favorite photo. There's no way this TikToker broke into my grandparents' old farm. It was completely abandoned after they died. I look at his username Explorer005. I'll have to check his profile later to see where else he's been. But now I'm just afraid to look away from the screen. What if the broadcast ends? He continues through the house, showing the living room. An old leather chair is so shabby. The cushions are all sagging. The fabric is torn. A fireplace made of wild stone. And above it a huge oak mantle. It used to be such a cozy place, but now everything is somehow crooked and cracked. And those lucky horseshoes that always hung above the fireplace are now just lying in the ashes, so dull and lifeless. But before they shone so beautifully in the evening sun. The guy says something into the camera, but I barely hear him. I'm simply overcome with a wave of nostalgia and a kind of indignation that someone else is walking around there. There are so many horseshoes here, he says. There was one on the door, even in the kitchen floor. And these apparently hung on the fireplaces. Well, of course, there were probably horses on the farm, but there are simply unrealistically many of them here. Everyone knows that a horseshoe is supposedly good luck, but they also say it wards off evil spirits. I roll my eyes. Well, of course, another experiment in the paranormal. Although, you know, his words gave me goosebumps. My grandparents really did have a lot of horseshoes. I'll have to remember that. They had horses for a long time, then transportation appeared, and they somehow stopped keeping horses. And as far as I remember, my grandparents weren't particularly fond of them. Although my grandmother was a bit superstitious, she was constantly looking for horseshoes, heather for luck, and a four-leaf cleaver. As a child, I loved visiting my grandparents, and loved almost everything except one thing: going to the toilet alone. It was upstairs, at the very end of the hallway, far from the kitchen. And watch and listen to the full continuation of this scary story at the link in this video, or in the description, or in the comments. Also, visit my channel to see other long videos with scary stories. Subscribe to my channel, give it a like if you enjoyed the video, recommend it to your friends. Check out my videos, friends. And if you have your own scary stories to share, send them to me via email. Thank you so much.